So, you finally arrived, looking a bit weary, I might add. You've come for a story, a fable, if you will. It's about the very architecture of your soul and a dangerous wager made by someone who refused to crumble into comfort. Let's get started.
You know this feeling, don't you? Of course you do. It's that deep gravitational pull toward the quiet life, that desire to simply stop, to be safe, to finally be done. It feels like a relief, but it's a sweet poison. And this is precisely where our story begins.
Think of this first part as a diagnosis. We're going to look at a kind of spiritual sickness, one that cleverly masquerades as peace, the sickness of permanent rest.
I want you to picture a valley, shrouded in a gray, perpetual twilight. The air is thick, tastes of the dust from crumbling certainties. This is the architecture of stasis. It's a prison built from the bricks of safety, a place where ambition withers and dies. This isn't peace you're feeling, it's the true source of that burnout. It's the slow, quiet suffocation of your creative spirit.
The people there, the herd, they just blink in the dim light, perfectly satisfied. All they want is rest. But our hero, a woman of Wiccan blood, she feels something entirely different. A seething fire in her gut, an insatiable desire. She doesn't want safety. She wants the raw, visceral lightning of the forbidden.
Now, to escape a prison like that, you can't just wish your way out. No, you have to summon an opposing force. You have to call forth the part of yourself that screams no to the sedation of comfort.
And so, on a Walpurgis night, she does just that. She summons the spirit. But it's not some demon of fire and brimstone. It's something far more useful, a spirit of pure contradiction, of negation, an entity whose entire purpose is simply to oppose.
And don't mistake this for a force of damnation. Think of it more like a personal trainer for your will. It's here to provide the necessary resistance, the friction you need to build spiritual muscle. Because without it, you just atrophy.
When this spirit appears, it laughs, but it's not a malicious sound. It's described as the healthiest thing in the entire cosmos because it represents the vital, life-affirming power of saying no to stagnation.
But listen closely, because the terms are grim. This is the contract. This spirit is the friction that prevents you from ever settling. To accept its help is to abandon the very idea of final rest. It exists to work, to excite, to create, and to make damn sure your power is never left unused.
And here is the crucial turn. She doesn't become a servant. She refuses to be a victim. Instead of just accepting a pact, she proposes a wager. She seizes control of the entire dynamic.
The wager is brutally simple. The spirit can have her soul only if she ever becomes so content, so utterly weary, that she begs for a single, perfect moment to last forever. The instant she asks for stasis, she loses.
You see, she doesn't see this spirit as a master. She sees it as a tool, a hammer. Its purpose is to be wielded by her will, to shatter the comfortable lies that keep everyone else trapped in that valley of repose.
And if the spirit is the hammer, it is also this, the bowstring. It provides the tension, the functional resistance. You see, an arrow of ambition, of longing, it's completely useless without a bowstring pulled taut against it. Opposition, that is what gives you flight.
And with that, she steps out of the gray valley. And the climax of this story, well, it isn't an arrival at some peaceful heaven. It's an escape into a world of vibrant, glorious chaos, where the air itself crackles with color and risk.
She doesn't try to tame the world. She embraces the hurly-burly, the chaos, the abyss. She understands these aren't things to be feared. They are the raw materials from which greatness, from which a meaningful life is forged.
This is the great philosophical shift. The old, dusty morality of good versus evil, it's irrelevant. The only binary that matters now is striving versus weariness. The only real sin is to give up, to become tired, to stop trying.
And here it is, the moral of our little fable. Redemption isn't some prize you win at the end of the game. It is not a destination. It is the unending, visceral process of the struggle itself. The purpose of the journey is the journey.
So, the story is over. But the lesson, well, the lesson now turns to you. I've given you the map. Now let's see if you have the courage to actually use it.
Take a hard look at your own life and be honest with yourself. Can you feel it? That fine layer of gray dust settling on your goals, the comfortable habits, the safe choices, all slowly burying that fire you once had.
So what is your hammer for? What are the comfortable truths, the excuses, the limitations you've come to accept that you need to shatter to break free?
And this is the final thought I'm going to leave you with. If you don't make the wager, if you refuse to create tension and embrace the struggle, then what exactly is the point of your ambition? Without a bowstring, your arrow of longing is just a stick. What is it for?